few months ago, I decided to ramp up on how many builds I have a month, and instead of having 1 or 2 builds available, I want to have at least 4, which worked out great last month, so I'm going to repeat this again. I ordered a bunch of stuff off Amazon and eBay on my parts hunt. I got 3 CPUs on Prime Day that I could not pass up, and of course I got my usual power supply, coolers, M.2 drives, and cable extensions. For the motherboards, I went on eBay, and on eBay I got this ASRock B550M Steel Legend, a MSI Z690A Wi-Fi, and an Asus TUF Gaming B550M. Now the reason I went with these motherboards is because on Prime Day I got 2 Ryzen 7 5800X and an i7 12700KF, which were on sale for a crazy deal, which honestly I should have ordered a few more. Let me know down in the comments if you got anything on Prime Day. Since I'm building 3 PCs, I ordered 3, not sure how to pronounce this, 3 Apivia Galaxy 650 watt 80 plus gold power supplies, 3 Asia Horse cable extensions in white, and 3 Thermalray Assassin Spirit CPU coolers, which have been my new favorite and will match nicely with the case fans in the cases that I went with. For the AMD setups, I bought 2 white Timetech Pinnacle Conduit 2x8 kits, and for the Intel, since it's a DDR5 board, I got this Calvi Crass, which I've never used before, but they look really nice and it was a good price at the time of buying. Since I'm waiting on the cases to come, I figured I'd get Windows installed on each setup and all the drivers. That way when the cases come, it will be a faster process. Here's a quick tip for installing Windows 11. To bypass the whole wanting you to connect to the internet and make an account, if you click Shift F10 to open up command prompt, click on the screen where the underscore is and type OOBE/bypass NRO and hit enter, and the PC will reset and bring you back to the screen again. And when you finally get back to the connect to the network, it will say, I don't have internet. Then you can continue with limited setup. Of course, you can just install Windows 10 and just do the free upgrade, but this just saves me some time.
6.5 hours later.
Now that the cases came in, I can start getting the rest of the builds finished and all wired up. For the PC cases, I was gonna go with a Montech XR, which is still the best case for the price, and it sells quick in my local area, but shipping would have taken longer than I wanted, so I went with 2 white Sama Niview 4361, which I haven't used yet, and for the third case, I went with the black Sama 2771. I've actually built in this in the white version, and it got a lot of attention, so I decided to do a black one to see how it does. Now to save the best for last is the graphics card. I got 2 RTX 3070 graphics cards off a seller on eBay, which I got for a pretty fair deal. And then the third one I got off of a different seller. When I was finishing up the last build, which was the Intel one, I was installing the graphics card and noticed the CMOS battery was missing, which was a first to me, so luckily I have a few extra motherboards laying around and I was able to take one off on another one. These are the things you run into when buying used, so definitely pay attention to when you're buying off eBay or Marketplace. Now that I have all these wrapped up, let's check out the final product. So the black PC actually sold before I started editing this video. He actually had hit me up on one of the last PC builds that I sold last month. So I told him I would have 3 more available, which he actually waited and made things easier for me, of course. He was actually local to me, but he was about 2 hours away, so he was okay with me shipping it to him. It is now November 4th at the time of recording this. I had listed the other 2 builds on October 29th, so it's been about a week now and I haven't got any messages, besides your typical will you trade, of course. This was actually the build that the buyer from the black one was actually interested in, and the buyer for the white one wanted to change the tower cooler to an AIO and also wanted a custom plate, which I also make these by hand if anybody's interested in. They already sent me half the money to hold it for them. This setup is actually a Ryzen 5 5500, 2x8 gigabytes of RAM, a 1 terabyte storage with an RTX 4060, which sells pretty good around my area. It is more of an entry-level build. It is now November 5th, and I did get a message from someone local. He originally asked if he could buy the PC in 2 weeks, but then he messaged me back and said he would buy the PC this Friday, November 8th. So hopefully he falls through in buying it. That way, all I will have is the Intel PC left to sell. Alright, so I know this video has been a bit all over the place, but I just want to give a quick shout out to Kyle at Taekwondo who found this. Has anyone ever ran into these scams on Facebook Marketplace? This is an old photo of a PC I sold a few months back, and it is being used in a scam account. The crazy part is, this is the second time with the same photo that was used in another account out in Florida, which also shout outs to Blind Tech for sending me the link. Anyone else experienced this? Let me know down in the comments. Anyway, if you made it this far, leave a thumbs up.